Hi guys, it's Krista, and I am back with round 2 of the 10 Tips, 10 Days series. The first series I did was all about networking, so if you missed it, please go back and check out Krista Molione on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn to learn all about networking, all 10 tips, because they're super important. Your network is your net worth, and you don't want to do it when you're low. You want to do it when things are going well, so that when things aren't going well, you have a backup to fall on. So please start networking or continue networking ASAP. But now we're moving on to round 2, and this is my second tip. If you missed my first tip, it's all about startups. My first tip was all about how to figure out what kind of startup you want to do. And I also included a link to 100 possible side hustles. So check that out again by going on to Krista Molione on all social media platforms and finding my videos. And if you like them, I really do appreciate a like or a subscribe to my newsletter, which I'll put the link in the comments. So today, tip number 2 about startups is all about building a board of advisors. I really want you to do this before you even move forward with anything. And here's how it works. In your social circles or your family circles or your work circles, you want to figure out, well, are these people working in corporate jobs, or are they running successful businesses, proven successful businesses? And you want to only listen to people who have proven success. So you may not have those people in your circles. In fact, if you're just starting out thinking about building a startup, most likely you don't have those people in your circles. Or if you do, they may be kind of new as well to startups, and you don't know if they're really making any money yet. So here's what I would advise. I would advise that first and foremost, you look into the industries that you're thinking of working in, and you find role models. And you make a list of people who have caught your attention, who seem to be doing well in those industries, and you start following them on social media just out of curiosity to learn more. You can also message them and reach out to them just to say hello and tell them that you're very interested in starting a side hustle in that industry as well, without asking anything of them. Just say you admire their work and that's it, that this is just an intro. Never pitch or ask anything of anyone on the first message, and please never ask anyone to pick their brain. Oh my God, that's the worst phrase that anyone ever invented. So you can do that. You also should go out and get a business coach. Now here's the thing, I'm biased because I do business coaching, but there are business coaches for every possible startup under the sun. So research your options, find a business coach who has proven experience. Because here's the problem. There are business coaches and then there are gurus. Gurus are the ones that always post on social media pictures of them in these fabulous locations with swimming pools in the background, with beautiful sports cars, and they're always bragging about the freedom lifestyle and kind of mocking people who have careers. Those I would avoid. Instead, you want to be able to look up that person's company business and find out how much they're making, and find out if it's a real business that's really successful, how long they've been in business. I would never trust anyone who's been in business less than 3 years. So there are exceptions. There are brilliant startups that just come out of nowhere and blow your mind. But most likely it is a 3-year mark for someone to stay in business and be successful, because the longer they are in business, the more you can trust them. And you can do that because they've weathered the storms. They've been through a recession by then. They've been through ups and downs. They have dealt with all the troubleshooting. So just because someone started a business and it's going well, it's not good enough reason, right? You need to make sure that they're also able to sustain their business and grow. Most importantly, we have to see how they've handled growth. So please check out business coaches who can prove to you that they've done it. And also look for role models who are successful in that industry, just to start networking with them. And the third thing is to surround yourself in your family, social, work circles with like-minded entrepreneurs, people who have side hustles or full-time businesses, because you're going to see such a day and night difference. Unfortunately, a lot of people like to give advice about things that they don't understand. So if you try to start a side hustle and you're listening to your friend Gary, who works in accounting, he's gonna put opinions in your mind about something that he doesn't know anything about, because he's never tried to do it, he's never done it successfully. So please, please, please try to plug your ears and nod politely and say thank you so much for that, but don't listen to anybody who hasn't done what you're trying to achieve, okay? So how can you find these like-minded entrepreneurs? Well, it's a little bit like finding the role models. You can go on Facebook and you can find groups that are all about a certain type of business or side hustle. So whatever you're trying to start up, you can probably find a group about it, and more than one group. And then you'll just look and find a group where you see that the people are really vetted and they're doing great, and you can build relationships there. So that means that you've got your mentors, your coaches, your role models, and your like-minded peers. And I think that over time, you can turn some of those role models into mentors. So if you build relationships, you network, over time you can start asking them very specific questions respectfully, without asking them to pick their brain and without taking up too much of their time. And that's how you really build a board of advisors. I hope my tips were useful, and stay tuned for tomorrow for tip number 3 about startups.